Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Aesthetic Edge, the podcast where we go behind the scenes with med spa owners, providers, and aesthetic innovators who are pushing the industry forward. I am your host, Bethany Gifford, and today I am joined by a powerhouse in women's health and aesthetics, Andrea Pryor, founder of A Prestige Aesthetics. But first, a word from our sponsor.
This episode is brought to you by New Era Intel. At New Era Intel, we help medical spas, dermatology clinics, and plastic surgery practices who are struggling with inconsistent patient retention, underutilized CRM systems, and manual systems that hold back your clinic's growth potential so they can finally increase quality repeat bookings, streamline operations with AI automation, and grow predictable monthly revenue with the right systems and strategy. They're able to create a premium, seamless patient experience while freeing up their team to focus on what they do best. If you would like to take your business to the next level, head over to neweraintel.com to get started.
Andrea brings over 23 years of clinical experience as a nurse practitioner and is currently leading a major shift within her practice, moving beyond traditional aesthetic treatments to include hormone replacement therapy, also known as HRT, and functional women's health. Her thoughtful approach and entrepreneurial mindset and commitment to serving women navigating midlife wellness makes this a conversation you do not want to miss. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's start with your background. You've spent more than 2 decades in women's health. What inspired you to open A Prestige Aesthetics?
What inspired me to start my own practice, as you know, like I've been in women's health for about 23 years, a nurse practitioner for 8 years. Just the main thing was just like not having enough time to spend with my clients in traditional medicine. My schedule consisted of like every 15 minutes you have patients, and it's just like very challenging to be able to get to the root cause of the problem when you're so limited with time. So that's really, really like the driving force behind me starting A Prestige and just having that autonomy to be able to listen to women, get to the root cause of their problem, develop a treatment plan for them, and just get to know them like on a more like personal level. So that was the main driving force behind starting A Prestige.
I know we had just mentioned briefly the HRT, but what other things do you offer at your location?
So at my location, and my goal and vision for A Prestige is that it's a one-stop shop. So we provide all things aesthetics as far as like skincare, your Botox injections, filler, PRP injections. We have some laser devices, IV hydration, weight loss. It's another huge component of my practice. So all things aesthetics and wellness.
Awesome. I know you said you had currently relocated to a new space. What's changed operationally or strategically since your move?
So previously, I was just operating from one treatment room, and now we have 4 treatment rooms. So this just allows us to, like if you're just coming in for your facial, you can go upstairs to the aesthetics portion of it, and the medical portion's kind of like at the bottom. It just makes things flow a lot better.
Awesome. Oh, I love the one-stop shop idea. That's great.
Yes.
Having to travel around and do all the different places gets to be a lot.
Right.
So
Sure
that's a
does.
great. So back to your hormone replacement therapy. I know you were inspired to do this transition, based off of women's health. You just did some training. What does that look like for you and your team?
So this is something that I've been thinking about for a very long period of time of like adding this to the practice, especially as I'm personally going through the perimenopausal stage. And so that makes me super passionate about it. And if you know anything about me, it's that I try it first before I offer it to my patients. Like I have to believe in it before I'm able to sell it or, offer it to people and tell them like, this is why this works. So with the HRT component of the program, we are actually wanting to do something a little bit different than your traditional, like come and get your hormones checked. It's like optimizing all the other component, just not the hormone part of it. Like if your thyroid's not optimized, that also plays a huge role in in your well-being, which is something that's definitely lacking. The dietary portion of it, um, just lots of like environmental factors that go into our well-being. Like after this training, I came home and threw away all our plastic containers, like you know, just like small little changes because we're slowly just like killing ourselves. Like the environment's killing us.
That's so true. That's so true. I've talked to so many practitioners that are really moving into this space, and I'm loving it. You know, the more natural, the more healthy. Um,
Oh,
I just, I'm all about it. I'm all here for it. I'm glad it's moving into this industry for sure. You had mentioned a lot of different things that, midlife, wellness space. What kind of trends are you seeing that women are coming in and asking for?
I think overall we are shifting away from just kind of like putting a band-aid on things like the traditional way. It's like, why am I having the symptoms, or what's the real reason? And I think like a lot of women are getting there's so much information and education out there. All you simply have to do just like Google, go to TikTok, But then again, we want to make sure they're getting the right information and the accurate information. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah. And education is everything, and I love that you are
Absolutely.
expanding that. I mean, you already have so much knowledge. You've been in the industry for so long. So I think this is going to be an amazing addition to your space.
Yes, I'm
Um,
very excited about it.
yeah, that's very cool. Let's talk about a little bit of growth. Obviously you're implementing something new. So what's been working for you before this new transition takes place, as far as client acquisition? Are you referral based, social media based, or do you do in-person events?
So I have been in business for about 5 years, and marketing is a huge portion of it. I mean, I've tried a couple of things that failed. Still trying different things. Social media, I think it's a great one. We have a Prestige has a great online social media presence. But I think the biggest thing is referral, like word of mouth. Like I think that's where we get most of our patients. But we do a combination of both events. We have events at um, at, at the office, social media, Google ads, Facebook ads. I feel like we kind of do it all. It's a constant challenge. Marketing definitely is.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. Yeah, we work with a lot of med spa owners, and what worked for you a couple years ago isn't working for you guys anymore. And what are your
right.
thoughts about implementing AI these days?
I love AI. I have Chatty. That's my AI. I think it's a great tool if it's used the right way. It definitely, um, again, I wish I did have or do have the time to dedicate to actually learning how AI works, but I think it's a great tool if it's used the right way. And I do use AI. Me and my marketing personnel, we both use AI to develop like social media posts or come up with like monthly plan as far as like posting goes. So yeah, we utilize AI.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're seeing that huge shift in the industry these days. It's definitely benefiting a lot of providers and owners for sure. Well, you're going to be shifting a little bit, to add this functional medicine and HRT. Are you going to be shifting marketing or operational changes for that, or are you guys just going to keep going forward?
I think we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, starting with our current client base, just offering the services to them. And then hopefully eventually, source out other means of acquiring patients.
Well, what does success look like for you? Let's say in the next 6 to 12 months.
Next 6 to 12 months, I'm hoping to bring on another injector, being a registered nurse or a nurse practitioner, just somebody else to help me because I'm the only injector in the practice at the moment. And to me, success would be Monday through Friday practice with our schedules full of clients. I have an esthetician, like I would love for her schedule to be full. So, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for in the next 6 to 12 months.
Fill those books, girl.
Yes, yes,
That's
that's the
amazing.
goal.
So what parts of your business are you like mostly focused on and improving right now? Are you like hyper focused on patient retention, or are we looking at just systems in general, or are you more focused on, fulfillment on the other side?
Definitely a combination of both, like patient retention. I would love, we do have a lot of repeat patients. Would love to continue to keep them and offer them incentives. Because there's several med spas. So why is yours special? Why should I come to you? So patient retention is my number one goal. Also, just the process and how things work. Like when you come in, we're going from just lots of changes. We're going from like paper charting to electronic documentation. So all of that creates challenges when you have, some staff who are not like very computer savvy, but we'll get there.
Absolutely.
But yes,
Yeah, it can be a learning curve for sure.
retention, it is retention, acquiring new clients, and then operational, um, day-to-day operational goals are all my focus at
Awesome.
this very moment.
Awesome. Well, I know you're more than just an aesthetic practitioner and business owner. I know that you're a mother as well. How
I
could you
am.
tell our women owners out there how you're juggling both family and business?
So yes, I have 5 children. It is organized chaos, and I live by having a balance. You have to have a balance. You have to balance being a wife, being a mom, being a business owner. It's all about having a balance.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's hard, especially when you're wearing all
It
the hats
is.
and doing all the things.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then of course, we always put ourselves last. You always have to
Yes.
remember to take care of yourself because at the end of the day, it starts with me. I wear so many hats. And if I'm not okay, I can't show up as the best wife or the best mom or the best business owner or the best provider. So, yes, I believe a lot in self care.
That's amazing. I know. We forget about that sometimes, but it's important.
Yes, very.
Well, I know from experience, self-care also includes us coming to a place like yours. You know, self-care in that way too. So that's amazing. If you could give advice to anybody that's wanting to open a med spa or, dive into the women's wellness, or midlife wellness, so not just for women, for men too, what kind of advice would you give them?
I will tell them start small, um, offer a few services, kind of hone in on one part of your practice before expanding because there's so much and you can get so overwhelmed by seeing other people's practices. Like everybody started somewhere. So, and just also remember not every patient is meant to be your patient. You could
Mm,
have two med spa side by side and we can both be successful. So it's just a matter of like you just focus on your your practice and how to like because what works for me might not work for you.
absolutely. And everybody's different for sure.
Yes.
For those people out there that do med spa shopping, from med spa to med spa, then you can definitely tell that,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, there's a difference.
And those are not the clients that you want
Mm-mm.
ultimately, but those are not no.
Absolutely. Yeah, our business focuses on quality over quantity. You know, it's great. You can have a million Grouponers show up at your door, but they're just out there shopping. So you want the quality patients being brought in. So for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been a world of knowledge, and I am so excited about your next steps. And I have the luxury of having you in my own town here in Franklin, Tennessee. So I will
Yes,
be
you have to
sure
come check
to
us out.
come check you out and really excited about that.
Yes, come check out the
Um,
space. Yes, definitely.
yeah, the new space, that's going to be amazing. So before we wrap up, I'd love you to tell our audience a little bit where they can find you online.
We are on all social media platforms, Instagram as AP_prestige. We're on Facebook, TikTok. Of course, we have a website also. It's www.aprestigeaesthetics.com.
That's great. That's great. Well, I am so excited about your future, and I'd love to connect with you further after this. See if we can't get you up to
Yes,
your
absolutely.
fully booked clientele. It'd be awesome. So, thank you
I
so
would love
much,
that.
and we look
Yes.
forward to hearing all about your success down the line. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Aesthetic Edge, and we will get a hold of you next time.